Okay, hello everybody. This is Loafy. I am here trying OBS, a recommendation from my good friend Slosh. Excuse the noises in the background. I'm sort of house sitting, and there's a dog, so you might hear some snorting and clacking of feet. But I am trying OBS on Don't Starve, Reign of Giants. This is something I wanted to do for a long time. So since I don't have to wait to go and buy fraps, I can do this right now. And there is another expansion that's going to come out very soon that's going to allow people to play together. It's called Don't Starve Together. What is it, doggy? What do you want? Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right in and see if anything actually records this time, because this is not the first time I tried recording. I actually played once before and died magnificently right in the first couple days. Can you believe it? Even someone who's been playing this game for a long time, you can still bite the dust by going to the swamp at night. So here we go. We're going to start up the game as Wilson. So Don't Starve is a game primarily about resource management. You're just thrown into this crazy world. I'll let you watch the intro. He's not kidding either. That was Maxwell. Maxwell is a pimp. He's sort of... I mean, it's a very complicated plot that they introduce to you. Maxwell... Oh, quiet, doggy. The dog has very loud toenails. And it's a wood floor. So... But yeah, Maxwell has a very interesting kind of plot. If you don't go search for it, you won't really assume much of anything about the game. But he's like a magician, and he has an assistant, and he sort of finds this magic book, and it pulls him into this weird, crazy world. And somehow you're here too. I don't know too much more about it than that. It's honestly a little convoluted, and you have to sort of search for the different components of the story. I don't know. I'm just not down. So, I just want to play the game. So here you go. This is kind of just our starting area. We have a couple pieces of flint. This is very good. But what you do is you use these resources and you kind of try to forge a way to make yourself survive. And I found some food here, so I want to just keep exploring, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this stuff, because where we're going there might not be food. So, one of the things about this game is you just need to find all the right stuff to sort of help your survival along. Ooh, look at that, I've got some ponds already, and nice little plains, grassland, and hopefully we see some poop around here somewhere. Oh shit. I mean, this is good news right here, especially since there's like only one of them. That is a clockwork. He will try to pwn your face if you get too close, but you know, you don't really have to mess with him at this point in the game. He does provide a very valuable resource, and I'll be coming back for that later. So, yeah, the name of the game here is to get everything you need and sort of to know where to get it. And until you really do a lot of exploring, you won't know where to get your shit. So a common mistake in this game is that people sort of just create a base right away, and they just sort of camp out and not explore. And that's going to cost you in a lot of different ways. We want this silk, so I am going to kill some of these spiders here. There we go. Monster meat isn't really good for anything right now. We just want the silk. Oh boy. There's only supposed to be 3 spiders in these little ones. but I got a little overconfident, I guess. Alright. Yeah, axes are pretty darn important right early in the game. You're going to need them every time you want to create a fire. And we should actually hold on to a couple of logs right now, just out of posterity. Because maybe we come across a bunch of meat and want to cook it for some reason. So, there we go. 3 logs is going to be plenty for right now. We're going to be running mainly off of torches during the night. And you do not want to get caught out in the dark without a source of light, because Maxwell has an assistant, and I guess that's what comes after you, Maxwell's assistant. It's really weird. Like I said, the plot's kind of weird. But his assistant, it's called the Gru, it will come after you, and it will kill you in like 2 hits. So, yeah, you want to always have a source of light for nighttime, because if you don't, you're dead. Guaranteed. No matter what point in the game you're at. So, there's also an area underground as well that, that you want to watch out for. You go spelunking in caves, and it's pretty much always nighttime down there, so you have to be kind of developed in your light sources at that point in the game. Ooh, there we go. Here's a mole. Moles like rocks and stuff, so we are going to get him to come out with a rock, and I'm going to get his other flint bonus. I'm going to take his meat, too. Okay. Yeah, I've almost got enough flowers for a garland. Garlands are pretty sweet. They help you with your stats. If you notice in the upper right-hand corner, you'll have the various things that you have to keep an eye on. Your hunger, your health, and your sanity. Garland is something that's going to help with your sanity. It will slow down sanity degradation that happens kind of like what's happening to me right now. If it starts to get dark, you'll lose sanity a little bit when it's dark out. And you start to lose sanity more like when it's nighttime. And we found a road. This is nice. Roads are always nice. They help you move faster. Oh, it's almost nighttime here, so we better get prepared. We're going to make ourselves a torch, and we might just need one to get through this night. This is nice. We have entered a deciduous tree biome. So, deciduous tree biomes contain some pretty sweet things. You might get yourself a pig king, which is something that's pretty sweet. You might also find yourself a glommer statue, which is pretty sweet. We'll talk about those should we happen to come across them. So I am just kind of try to find the edge of the map here. And this is kind of what you want to spend a lot of your time doing in the first couple of days. You definitely don't want to just camp somewhere and, survive off of just rabbits or, I don't know. There's very little you can do to survive without exploring. So definitely find yourself a bunch of good resources before you try to settle down anywhere. And always know what season is coming up. In the first test run of this game, I had summer coming up, so I was a bit more frantic about getting my things. And I wandered into a swamp and immediately got raped by mermen and tentacles. It was just bad news. So my torch went out there, which was a little irresponsible. If I was in a bad situation and running from enemies, I wouldn't have had an opportunity to make another one, and I would have just died. So now that it's daytime again, we don't want to burn out our torch anymore. So we're going to switch away from that. And yeah, first couple of days aren't terribly exciting, I guess. You just kind of want to get a hold of some basics. I have enough flowers now to make a garland. And since it's the daytime, it will help me get sanity back. Garlands are, they rot on their own over time, so it doesn't really make any sense not to just have it on your head the whole time. So that's what I'm doing now. And if you just keep this on the whole time in the first couple of days, your sanity won't drop at all. And it's actually pretty nice. Nice way to get started, at least. It definitely won't be much good in like the winter time or something where your sanity is going to be more of an issue. Okay, looks like we have found an evil tree. Evil trees provide us with living logs. They're alright. You don't use them for too terribly much. Ooh, mandrake. Mandrake, mandrake. This is good. Mandrakes are funny little guys. If you pull them at dusk or at nighttime, they will bother you until the morning. But if you pull them at night, or I mean, excuse me, during the daytime, then they just sort of fall over and die, and that's kind of the most convenient thing that can happen. You'll pretty much only ever get 3 of them on a map, and they'll spawn pretty close to each other normally. 3 or 4. So if you do see them, it's probably a pretty good idea to just pick them up. Alright. We are sort of looking for one really important thing, which is going to be a gold nugget. Once we get our gold nugget and set up our science machine, I think we'll call this one. And a lot of times there are gold nuggets inside of big boulders that are in these tree areas, but they're a little sparse. Normally areas that have a ton of rocks in them are filled with gold, but we don't really know where those are at right now. So we're just going to keep wandering until we find one of these special rocks. Let's see here. These are wormholes. Oh, here's one right here. Okay. I'm going to sit up next to the wormhole so we can see what that does. Here we go. So I'm kind of out of space right now. This is kind of one reason why we're going to want to make our science machine so soon. So I'm going to eat all of my butterfly wings, right? Great nutritional value. I actually got 2 gold nuggets out of that one, which is pretty sweet. And I need rocks, 4 rocks, and I need... Okay, I gotta make some more room. Rocks, rocks, rocks. And I'm gonna need another log, too. Okay, that's niter, or however you pronounce it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to pronounce that. It's pretty important towards the end of the game, and for summer. Very important for summer. So I wouldn't just say, you know, completely disregard it right now, but you definitely don't have room for it to do what we're about to do. Alright. So here is our science machine. We're probably not going to have that as its permanent home, but we do absolutely need certain things right now. First of all, being a backpack. Boom! Look at that. Look at how much more inventory we just got. It's going to be absolutely vital in getting done what we need to. Oh. Alright. Sorry. Phone messages. Alright. And let's see here. Do I want to on that for now? Yes, I do. Alright, so we got our backpack. I'm going to want to make another thing, which is going to be use a rope. We refined our grass into rope. We can refine logs into boards, and we can refine stone into cut stone, and reeds into papyrus. That's in our refine tab right here. Something that's kind of handy. What we're going to do with the rope, though, is one of the very most essential things we can do to build ourselves an actual weapon. Most of the tools can be used to swing and hurt stuff, but you don't really want to do that It takes a ton of durability out of them, and they don't do much damage. So when you have yourself a spear, it makes life a lot easier. You're also going to want to make a couple of tools, since we have the flint to do so. We want a shovel. We might want a pitchfork. You don't necessarily need a razor right now. I'm not going to make one. I'd like to have a hammer, but I need more rocks for that. And here we go. Alright. Day two. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a good stopping point. So, I'm going to pick up these seeds real fast. Get away from your bird. Don't touch my seeds. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call this one a video, and say thank you guys very much for joining me on Don't Starve. I just wanted to get something up and recorded so I can show you guys that this is kind of something that I think is real interesting and I want to do. And yeah, here comes the night. So we're going to go ahead and build ourselves a little fire. And I am going to use this pitchfork to dig up a bit of ground because it makes pretty nice fuel. There we go. Right on. And cook up this one piece of meat I have because it's just kind of getting in the way. Eat that. There we go. Alright then, guys. We will catch you for the next episode. Hopefully, I can find a way to keep myself alive from here on out. So, catch you next time.